he said that you can make only one tawaf and one sa'i. I said, I never heard that, and inshallah I'll look it up. I never heard that, but I'll look it up. It's possible. There are a lot of statements out there. I'll look it up. So I was talking to Najmuddin, and we were discussing an issue, and we started asking about it. Then we realized this statement is being superimposed. This ruling is being transferred from the Hajj of al-Iqran and Ifrad to al-Tamattu. This is what's happening. So if a person is making the other two Hajj, al-Iqran or al-Ifrad, then all he has to do is just one sa'i and one tawaf. But if you're making a tamattu as we are, lazim, wajib, you have to absolutely, there's no getting out of it. If there's a way to get out of it, I think I will be the first one to try to exercise that option. Like today. You know, we're travelers. If you want to go to that masjid over there, you can go to that masjid if you want to. And if you want to stay in your room and not even pray Salat al-Dhuhr until Asr time, you can do that. You can pray here, or you can go there. You don't have to on this Friday go to that masjid for Jummah because you're a traveler. You don't have to go to the other masjid out there on the street, the white masjid in the Faqih, because you're a traveler. If you do take the time out to do that, you're going to get rewarded. Because as the hadith said, مَا مِنْ أَيَّامٍ الْعَمَلُ فِيهِنَّ الْعَمَلُ الصَّالِحُ فِيهِنَّ أَحَبُّ اللَّهِ مِنْ هَذِهِ الْأَيَّامِ. There are no days in which the righteous deeds are done. They're more beloved to Allah than these days. So if you go to this masjid, you're going to get rewarded. But at the same time, if you exercise the rukhsa is the concession that Allah gave you. Allah gave you a concession. He gave you sadaqah. If you exercise that sadaqah, you're going to get the same reward that you would have gotten had you done it. Because Allah gave you that opportunity. So it's up to you to see what works for you. Don't break your neck. Don't make things difficult on yourselves. You don't have to pray out in the sun. And I would suggest that our women, they shouldn't compete with the space over there, praying in this local masjid. Our women, I can't speak for the other women in this neighborhood, but our women, I would advise, stay in the hotel. Stay in the hotel and pray. You're going to get your reward, your need, and so forth and so on. But there's not a lot of space over there. And the people, the men, they need as much space as possible. And then there's the hadith. Anybody who leaves something for Allah's sake, Allah will replace it with that which is better. He will replace it with that which is better. So we all have to do, inshallah, the two tawafs. Now, in doing these two tawafs, tawaf al-ifada and tawaf and the sa'i, in doing it, there's time, there's space. So we're going to tell you about that, which brings us to the second and the last point. When I talked to the Hilal Tours group in Birmingham, and when I addressed the Sunnah Tour group there in Bradford, I told you, I don't think it's really wise to go into the details of how to perform Hajj, because it's going to overwhelm you. And by the time you get there, you're going to forget it anyway. Even if you're reading the book, it's going to overwhelm you, because seeing is not like hearing. That's the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. He says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said in authentic hadith, al-mu'ayyana laysa mithlu sama'. Seeing is not like hearing. Why did he say that? He said that in relationship to a reality in the life. Musa, the Kalim of Allah, Musa, that strong, powerful Nabi in the Rasul in Bani Israel. Musa was a magnificent personality in Islam. No one was mentioned more than him in detail in the Quran. His story is in detail in the Quran and the Sunnah. A tremendous Nabi. Musa, when he went up to the Mount Tur in order to receive the message from Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah told Musa, he heard, Allah told Musa, your people are worshiping the calf in your absence. Allah told Musa that, and he heard that. But Musa didn't get angry because he was preoccupied, he was busy. وَكَلَّمَ اللَّهُ مُوسَى تَكْلِيمًا. Allah spoke to Musa in a way that befits His Majesty. Musa saw the tree was burning. He said, Rabbi arini kayfa andur ilayk. Oh my Lord, show me, I want to see you. Allah told Musa, لن تراني ولا تنظر إلى الجبل إذا استقر مكانه لقد تراني. You can't see me, Musa, but look over here to that mountain. If you can handle looking at the mountain, then you'll see me. Musa looked at the mountain. Allah manifested a speck of His essence on the mountain. A speck. And the hadith of Imam al-Tirmidhi, the Prophet said this much of the light of Allah was put on the mountain, and the mountain fell down and rent asunder. And when that happened to Musa, Musa lost consciousness. Because you can't see Allah in the dunya. And Dajjal, he can't be Allah. You can't see Allah in the dunya. Isa ibn Maryam can't be Allah, because Allah can't be seen in the dunya. So Yawm al-Qiyamah, when the first horn is blown, everything in creation is going to fall out. The second horn will be blown. Prophet Muhammad said, I'll be the first one to wake up. And when I wake up, I'm going to find Musa already standing up, holding on to the throne of Allah. He said because he was exempt, he fell out when that happened. So anyway, Musa was busy doing things. So he didn't get upset. But when he took the parchments and he went and he saw Bani Israel, when he saw them worshiping the calf, he took the kalam of Allah and he threw it down in anger. Which goes to show, if a person is extremely angry, he may do something that is blameworthy. He may say something that is blameworthy. He may divorce his wife and he really didn't mean it. He was just really too upset. So it doesn't count if he's at that degree of being on the boundaries of being crazy. Musa became so angry, he threw it down, and he went and grabbed Harun by his beard, by his lihya, because all of the prophets and the messengers had beards. Harun said, oh, mother, son of my mother, don't do this to me. They were going to kill me. I didn't tell them to do that. So the prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, seeing is not like hearing. So when Musa heard from Allah what happened, he didn't become angry, but when he saw it, he became angry. So when you see something, it's not like when you don't see it. It's not like it. Now, I told you back then, guys, I told all of you, hey, when you get to Mina, okay, in Mecca, the hotel is going to be like this. You see that clock tower? Yeah, you saw the clock tower, but did you ever go inside of the Fairmont? It's luxury, it's nice, it's like this. The elevators are confusing. They're very nice, but they're confusing, and it's like that. But from there, we're going to go to Azizia, and the accommodations are going to be less. No.
Most of us really want to know what we're going to do next and how we're going to do it.
Okay, now I'm coming to that. That's the point I'm on right now. That's the point I'm dealing with right now. That's the point that I'm dealing with right now, this very minute. The point that I'm dealing with right now, this is the point. And that point is, if I told you back then how Azizi is going to be, you're not going to understand it. You're not going to appreciate it. And if I don't tell you, it's not going to harm you. And when you get here, you're just going to keep it moving. You're just going to be here. You're going to adapt. So what's the point? I can sit here and I can go through the rites of Hajj right now. I know how to perform Hajj. And I'm telling you from your own experience, because I can just tell you, but seeing is not like hearing. I can tell you about it. And after I tell you about it, are you going to know what to do? So what was my position? Our position was, when we get to that bridge, we're going to cross it, having rahmah upon you people. So what you do now is, relax right here, take it easy. We're going to go to Mina after 2 or 3 days. On Tuesday, inshallah, we're going to be in Mina. In Mina. I'm going to tell you all about Mina, what we're going to do in Mina. All you're going to do in Mina is just going to be in the tent, and that's it. And then you're going to be, after that, the next day, we're going to go to Arafat. So if I tell you what to do on Arafat, on the day of Mina, I think that would make more sense than telling you right now what to do on Arafat. But I'm not a dictator. And I know in dealing with people, we have different levels, different ages, different backgrounds. If you people want to know, and you insist to know about the details of what to do, I'm here with you. I say to you, Usamah, I'll sit here right with you, and I'll go over it because it's educating people, and it's giving dawah Allah, and it's not taking anything away from it. Something I'll be happy to do. But that was our position. That was our position. This is the reason why we didn't overwhelm you and overburden you with do this, do that, and do that, and do this. The day of when we made Umrah, the day of Umrah, when we were at Dhul-Hulayfa, we told you. The day we were leaving, we told you how it was going to be. When we got there, we were all together, and we did what we had to do. Now, as soon as we arrived in Medina, and I started telling you about Dhul-Hulayfa and this and that, it made it a little bit difficult. But the issue was really up to you guys, really, it's up to you guys. I would suggest and I would advise from experience that you not worry about these issues, because we're not going to leave you out there in the wilderness not knowing what to do. We're going to give you ample time where you'll be able to understand what's happening, and there's nothing to worry about. Don't overthink, and don't worry about what doesn't have to be worried about. Right now, what you should worry about right now is getting rest. Right now, what you should be worried about is making sure your things are together and clean so that you don't have to worry about it later on. What you should worry about right now is today is Friday. Today is Friday. So you should be saying sallallahu alaihi wasallam a lot today. Today you should be making a lot of dhikr. You should be reading Surah Al-Kahf. These are the things that you really should be concerning yourself with right now. As for Al-Hajj, we still have some time. We have 3 days to be here. 3 days, inshallah. 3 days. So if you want, as I said, I'll start giving Hajj lessons, what we're going to do and how you're going to do it. I can start that right now. It's up to you. I don't believe in democracy, but we'll do a vote, and it's totally, absolutely up to you. And if a person still insists, and he says, hey, I don't care what they're saying, I want to know, I'm going to make myself available. We can go to a room, and those of you who want to really start right now, I'll be more than happy to do that for you. It's totally up to you guys. So you guys decide amongst yourselves. And if the sisters want that same treatment, a special session, we'll sort that out for them as well. Because it's easy. It's dawah in Allah. It's educating the people. And it's my pleasure. Extremely my pleasure. So it's up to you guys. Inshallah.